Hi, my name's Khan, the Video Game Hunter, and this is my official video game tour of my room. Like, comment, and subscribe, and enjoy the tour. So the first thing in my game room that I really like is this piece right here. I was in GameStop and they gave me this. This is for the Nintendo Switch. This is for Hey You Pikachu. And this is the poster right here. As you can see in detail, it has every single Pokemon, 150 of the originals. So continuing on with the games room, this used to be a CD drawer where I would put all my PS1 games, but it is there no more. This cologne here from Zara I have just because after playing the Wii I smell, so I spray it on. These are all my Wii U titles. And some more there. These are some miscellaneous stuff. These are just empty cases. I have a bunch of them always on the bottom of the shelves for some reason. Now that is a sealed Nintendo Classic, Super Nintendo Classic Edition. Going on to this side, I really like masks. So these are all my masks that I have. That is a Toronto Maple Leafs helmet. Has an autograph of James Reimer. He used to play for the Leafs. Behind that is a Spider-Man. My Nintendo Switch console. My Switch right there. And a handful of comics. So one of my most favorite characters for Dragon Ball, I don't have many Funko Pops in my collection, but it is Majin Buu. Going on to the most heavily played system in my collection after the 3DS would be the PSP. And this side of the wall has the most played time that I have for my video games. So sometimes I have the prices on my games for how much I paid for them a long time ago. I did not pay $24.99 from Castlevania. That was actually, I got in a big lot. Some really good games here for the PSP were X-Men Legends, Metal Gear Solid, Lord of the Rings Tactics, Twisted Metal, so going on here are all my 3DS games. And I really love the 3DS as a platform to play all these fantastic games. I've spent many hours playing that game right there, Hyrule Warriors. And the original Luigi's Mansion is right there. WWE All-Stars is a fun game, fairly inexpensive, available on all platforms, the PSP, PS2, PS3, 3DS. Some more games right here. That is a PS Vita and a PSP. Those are the two that I usually play. This is about the last space I have for my 3DS games. I basically have caught up with all the 3DS games that I wanted. Now these are some of the filler titles that I have. But the game that I've played the most for filler titles is Angry Birds. Going on to my DS collection. It's right here. If you guys want to see any of these video games in detail, I have all my videos done on all the video games that I have for each system. I've individually shown them. This is where I have the cream of my good crops. Long games right here. Dragon Quest. There's a lot of hours to be put into these. I recently got this Dragon Quest right here. That was a price tag on it. I didn't pay for that. I had to give a lot of trade credit for it. All the Naruto games, Digimon games, Dragon Ball Z games. The Mega Man collection is fantastic, but they are so expensive in price that I cannot afford them anymore. So whatever I have, I have. The Star Force games are fantastic, really long titles to play. You addition a lot of hours, just as much as Dragon Quest games. So I have played some of them, but I have not completed any of them. But I have completed most of the Pokemon games. And this is a bit more stuff. These are some WWE accessories that I have. And this is the last bit of games right here. And these are the games I am currently playing. And that is my watch that I also got from yard selling. That is my everyday watch. Going on to my GameCube titles. These are my GameCube titles. This one right here is a sealed game. It's a Rave Master. Going on to this right here has everyone's basic childhood in one shot right here. I do have Mario Party 7 outside. I'm playing with Mario Party 7 currently, so it's not in the collection, but Mario Party 7 lives right here. These are my amiibos. Nothing really big. I don't have too many amiibos. There's the gold and the silver Mario in the back. The Ryu. There's the guy right there from Kingdom of Hearts. Princess Peach. Bowser. Mega Man. Charizard. And Shriek from Hyrule Warriors. Going up here, I have these titles right here. This Batman game is really cool because it came with a comic. All the Resident Evils. My favorite game from the entire lot right here. Well, there's two games. One is this game right here, Ultimate Muscle. And the second is Metal Gear Solid. Oh, a few more titles I forgot to show you are my PSP titles right here. These are my loose titles. Nothing really great, but I just keep them there. And these are my PS1 titles, which are right here. Best game being X-Men Children of Atom. These are like my more expensive titles here. So I've kept them here just above the GameCube titles. But the last shelf for the GameCube titles are right here. So these are nothing really too expensive, but games that I really like to play. NBA Courtside today, when you play it, it has really bad graphics, but it had Kobe Bryant on it. Kobe Bryant was everyone's childhood hero, and I paid $2 for it years ago. So some more titles right here. These are two recent additions this year that I put in. Were Eternal Darkness and Digimon World. Those are the price tags right there. That's just an empty PS Vita case. Those are my Wii remotes right there. But getting on to the Switch, those are the only Switch titles I have. I don't have too many Switch games, just because I haven't played them and they're really expensive currently. So I am more focused on playing my handhelds right now that are older generations like DS, 3DS, PSP, PS Vita. And for my Sega collection, there's not many Sega titles that I have. So these are my Sega games, and my loose games are on the other wall. So these are my loose games You can look carefully. Mutant Hockey League is a fantastic game right there. There's Adventures of Batman and Robin. The sticker has been peeled off. And going down here, I have Golden Axe, WWE Superstar WrestleMania, Streets of Rage, Rage 2, so starting off with my PS1 titles, these are all my PS1 titles. So, and here are some more PS1 titles. Now, I have a really bad habit. I collect a lot of boxes and manuals. I'm trying to find the games. So this is my section where I just have empty boxes and manuals. Trying to find the games out there. But it's super hard to come across GameCube stuff right now. That is a Pokemon Coliseum with the game, but the game doesn't work, so I've put that to the side. You can see Dragon Ball Z Taikenshi 3 there as well. No game. Once again, it's a really bad habit, but I like to just collect them. This is the biggest regret that I have was I didn't buy more Game Boy Advance titles. They are super pricey these days, so I haven't gotten any. So these are my title games that I have. These ones I bought 2 years ago when just COVID just started. So these are the prices I paid for them. They were basically from a store. This game right here is Digimon Battle Spirit. There's Battle Spirit 2, Minish Cap. All of these video games that you see, I have primarily bought from yard sales. And from yard sales, these ones I haven't, but most of the ones I have bought in are from yard sales. And these are my Pokemon boxes, 2 Game Boys. And these are my 3DS collection. That is the Pikachu collection, 2 Galaxies, a regular 3DS, and the Zelda edition. Those are my Game Boy SPs, my DSs, my PSPs. And this is a really fun part of my room, is my WWE action figure collection. I do like the Mattel Retro Hasbros. So these are the Hasbro remakes. And going up here are my PS Vita titles. I don't have many PS Vita titles. These are all the PS Vita titles I own. They're pretty much really super hard to find in Canada. So I have not come across many. And I don't think I'm going to be coming across many. So going on to this wall right here. This is the opposite wall. I guess I'll start from here. That is another Funko Pops box I have, the Hardy Boys. This is where I keep all my money. This is where I have like in Canada we have change. We have loonies and toonies, so I put my loonies and toonies in there. Right now they're completely empty because I've spent them either on video games or junk food. This is my childhood collection of videos that I rebought. So Batman Beyond Season 1, 2, and 3, X-Men Volume 1 and 2, Batman, the Lord of the Rings, and I've got the entire Star Wars complete collection saga. I really like this Spider-Man right here, but I can't find their DVDs. This is the Peter Parker version where he fights the bad guys. These are just a handful of titles I didn't have any room for, so I put them up here. Naruto, best series that I've watched thanks to the Khan brothers, my cousins. They've recommended me watching these. I've had a blast watching them. I'm at season 5, going on to season 6. And these are some other video game titles that I didn't have any room for, as it's a common theme in my games room. Right here, I collect all my 3DS titles. So they're all right here. My Game Boy Advance titles are here. I'm not going to show you those because I already have an in-depth detail on all my games that I have. So going down right here, there's more 3DS cases and DS cases. They just go to the bottom right there. And I always have Lysol on me whenever I buy any video games. I disinfect them due to COVID. Going on my PS2 titles, this is just a quick overview. God Hand, I haven't opened. It's a resealed title. It sucks that it's not sealed, but it's one of those titles where I liked. I have all the SmackDown titles right there. Suikoden titles, Silent Hill 2 is in the corner right there. TMNT, great game. Spider-Man, Web of Shadows. I know the one on Xbox is worth a ton of money. This is the one on PS2. Some more titles in the corner. And we continue on with more games. All these games are great, but super underrated title is The Punisher. If you haven't played it, guys, you got to get that game. Some more PS2 titles here. I've got 2 copies of Marvel vs. Capcom. I got them the same day with trade credit, and I've still continued having them. Those are the last bit of PS2 titles I have. Going on to my Super Nintendo title, these are the Super Nintendo games. All these cabinets I've gotten from yard sales or online. So, hands down, the greatest games I've played are all the Donkey Kongs right there. And this is one of probably my first collections that I showed on my YouTube channel with the Super Nintendo titles. That is the era that I grew up in. My older brothers played Super Nintendo the most. I decided to rebuy them later on. My entire childhood was used to play this game when I was younger, just because it was so frustrating to beat. It took me about 6 months to beat, but we played countlessly, and we finally beat Carnage in this game. If you've seen this game or have played this game, Maximum Carnage, which is right here, it's a fantastic title. For that era, we always thought this guy was so cool because he was like the Red Venom, and we beat him after 6 months of hard trying. Some more titles right here. NHL, Stanley Cup. That time we thought was the greatest hockey game in the world. I was still very young, but my brother did pass that game. And this is another game I got to spend a lot of hours on, Final Fight. And the last bit of titles I have right here. So this is where a good amount of my games are. There's X3, which is right here, and Final Fight 2, but the Mega Man games these are my first experiences playing them. I never played them on the NES growing up. My first crack on them was the Super Nintendo. This is a random remote for my TV. Harvest Moon, a great game. I got this game. I don't have the batteries to change it. So I want to play this game because I have a Superboy that I play on the go. And this will be my next game on the Super Nintendo to play. So, unfortunately, Marvel has a great fan base. This is War Gems, but the sticker was a little off. There's NBA Give and Go, which was a fun title. Batman. This cell phone here is non-working, but was one of my first phones ever. I guess I'm a hoarder. Starting on to my NES titles. Don't have too many on the NES section, but these are my NES titles. I hate Ghosts and Goblins. or Ghost, and yeah, this one right here. I hate this game. I like it, but I hate it because it's just so frustrating to pass. The original Metroid, Dragon Power, was a fun title. Double Dragon 2 was a great game. Scat right here is a great, fantastic title. Everyone's classic, lovable games, Zelda, Mario Bros. As well. That's the one expensive game that I have, my Mighty Final Fight, right there. It was not $49.99. I had to trade almost an entire collection of stuff for that game. Darkwing Duck, I was really happy to pick up for $15 in the US. My first ever thrift store find in the States was Ring King. A couple of Game Genies right there. Superboy. All the Castlevanias. Going up here for Nintendo. Mario 3 is everyone's friends. Had this, or everyone had this growing up. Contra. Still till this day, one of the best games I've played on the NES. Just these are the only titles I have complete in box. My first ever yard sale haul for NES, years back, maybe 7 years ago, was Mega Man 2. It was boxed. One of my first videos I ever posted. If you want to check that out, I found Battletoads and Micro Machine complete in box. And there's some more titles here. Where it comes to the PS3 titles, my PS3 titles are here. Don't have many PS3 titles. Well, I do have a lot of PS3 titles, but not a lot of PS4 titles because I don't own a PS4. This is just some random stuff that I decided to put right here. And more titles here. The Spider-Man games, for some reason, are so expensive on the PS3 that I'm really happy I have them now. Will I be able to afford the price tag now? Probably not. And the final bit of games I have right here on the shelf. I just put them like this just because I didn't have any space for them. And a handful of titles are here. And my final wall of games are all here. For my PS4 titles, these are my PS4 titles. I have a few of these more in my other room that aren't in the games room that I have, but I don't own a PS4 system yet. But I bought all of these because when I buy a PS4, I'll play them. And these are my Blu-ray DVDs. And these are my Wii titles right here. So more Wii titles, as you can see. I have this box right here. This Legend of Zelda black box. I don't know where I got it, but it was when I first got into video game collecting. And I haven't found another box like this. Let me know in the comments, am I missing a sleeve for this game? The cover is like this. So it's like the Zelda Skyward Collection box. But I don't know if it came with a sleeve or not. But it was a black box. Some more Wii titles here. Yeah, that's another Battalion Wars. It was a good game. Random PS3 3-in-1 title. Some DVDs right here. Jason Bourne collection, Indiana Jones collection, and a couple of other stuff. This is my small Xbox and Xbox 360 collection. So going on to this end of the games room. These are probably my only boxed games that I have. I got into the games collecting really late. Aero Fighters is a repo box, and Chrono Triggers as well is a repo box. But these are the only titles I have, and I probably will not open them just because I have them loose titles. The only sealed game I have for the SNES is Jungle Book. So Jungle Book is the only sealed title I have. This game right here is RoboCop vs. Terminator from my N64 titles. Story behind these is Legends of Zelda, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie. I picked up for $20 with a huge lot of other games. This is when I first got into collecting, which was also I got the all 3 Mario parties in golf and one of the Paper Marios. On top here, I have just the Super Mario All-Stars Limited Edition and Metal Warriors, which is also a repo box. And this is where I have put all my items. So I have a Dreamcast, an Xbox 360, a GameCube, all here. This is just a little bit of a mess in the room, but all my games I play here. This is my gaming chair, so people think this is the coolest thing because it's actually from 1990. I had a chance to buy the 1992 Championship NHL edition chair, which was the Pittsburgh Penguins, but I decided to get the Toronto Blue Jays chair. That's where I live. This part of the wall, as soon as you enter my room, are my WWE titles. They're all kids titles made from foam. Nothing expensive, but it is where my childhood was and still is. And these are my WWE figures. So these are all the Mattel figures that I have. Obviously, these are the 90s era theme guys. These are my WWE Jax figures right here. And some more WWE titles and figures here. As we're shooting this, Scott Hall, he has passed, or he's going to be passing away, or he's in some heart attack right there with the WWE title. God bless his soul. He was a great entertainer. And the final amount of newer figures are these guys right here for my games room. I have some weights right here, which I sometimes work out in. I'm quite overweight. So these are my dumbbells. And overall, that was my game room tour. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.